Hello, Sport Administration and Supervision. Mike Duve checking in week 5. Hope you're all doing well. It's hard to believe that it's already week 5 as semester is rolling right along, and obviously it's been a little different than years past. I can't remember in all my years at either Akron or Kent State, where I've worked at both universities, that we've had 3 days called off for weather. So it's been a really unique couple weeks here. But I hope you're all doing well. Everyone's doing a great job thus far with what we've done in the course, with our online quiz and our discussion postings and our first essay under our belt. You know, those 3 being really the main areas as we continue to move throughout the material and how you'll be providing some information relative to these topics. What I do want to talk about today, though, is I want to make sure that we get some information out here quickly in regards to our culmination project, which I mentioned on the first day, which is the business plan. And if you look under the content tab on Springboard, there is the program plan outline for the business plan that is there for you to work off of. And I'm going to give you a little more information here today and some dates as far as what to expect and things that we're working on here. But again, as said earlier on, it's the culmination project of this course. It's going to be done in 3 parts. There's 3 required parts as you go back to the syllabus. There is the proposal. There is the actual program plan, business plan itself, which is a written document, as well as a PowerPoint presentation or video that is tied to the project itself. At this point, the things you need to be thinking about is your proposal. Your proposal, which is nothing more than a paragraph or so, is proposing what your business is, what your plan is for this event that you're going to be putting on. And I'm leaving this up to you guys. There's some creativity that can go into this. At the same time, there's no point in reinventing the wheel on some things. It really depends on how you approach this. My hope is that you approach this from as much of a practical perspective as possible. You know, we do projects within the classroom. The hope is that there's some critical thinking that ties together a very practical application of things that we've gone on throughout, in this case, the course of the semester that's relevant to your project. And I think that everything that we're doing as we touch on these different areas relative to sport administration very much ties to what you're going to be doing here in this final project. Again, if you go to the content tab, it is posted under there as the business plan, as well as there's an example of a student's plan from a few years ago, and I have some other ones that I'll post up for you as well to take a look at. But essentially, we're looking at a startup. We're looking at understanding a program that you want to put on. You are the business. You are the leadership of this plan. And essentially, you're going to follow this. You're going to follow the program plan outline that's broken up into very logical sections as you think about how you would develop a plan for a specific program, and whether it be running a camp, a special event, a golf outing. We've had a variety of different types of projects that students have done over the past that have tied together all these different aspects as we talk about the nature of management, administration, and supervision. As we look through the program plan outline, I just want to highlight a few things as we move forward. Again, for the March 10th date, so March 10th will be when your program proposal is due, which again is nothing more than a paragraph or 2 of you describing to me, what your hypothetical company is and what it is that you're planning for with this particular company. And again, I'm asking you to go outside the box a little bit here and do some thinking, and at the same time thinking about yourself and the practical aspects of what could be tied together, for yourself. But in looking at the program plan, and some of you may have had past experience with this, but it is a foundational piece of our field. I mean, essentially everything we do is focused around planning something, a program plan, and this is a roadmap. We're not reinventing the wheel here. This is a roadmap that is going to give you some indication of everything from understanding who you are as a company, from a company logo to the aspects of the company itself, the history, the philosophy, the vision of the company, mission statement of the company, specific goals of what it is that you're trying to do with this particular program from a long-term and short-term perspective, as well as understanding how things are going to work. What's your executive summary? What's it going to take to run your program? How many people do you need on your staff to make things work? And who are these people? What skills do these people have? So you're really thinking through all the different areas that would go into making this event happen. You're going to conduct a SWOT analysis, as most of you have had our marketing promotion class or some other courses that you have looked at. A SWOT analysis, the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats that are part of the program that it is that you'll be putting together. In addition to that, looking at your human resource plan. How's it going to work in regards to staffing wise? What's it going to take for you to get your program off the ground, or do you not need a certain amount of staff? You'll be making those decisions as you look at the logistics and understanding what it's actually going to take to facilitate your program. You may have to do some research relative to understanding aspects of cost as we look at the financial aspects, getting into which will be a section in itself here as we move forward. But really, the basic bare bones here. What's it going to cost for us to facilitate the program, and what opportunities do we have to bring in revenue to offset that cost? So money going in, money going out. We'll be taking a basic look at the financial implications of whatever it is that you're trying to do. In addition to that, there's going to be a marketing and promotion section that's going to talk about, once you have your plan in place and once you've identified who your market is, how do you get it out there? How do you promote your product? How are you going to put it out there? What kind of things are you going to do to separate yourself from your competition within the marketing plan? So that's the outline of the business plan, and I would strongly suggest that you take a look at this and in the short term really start to think about the nature of your proposal and what kind of things that you want to do for a plan. And again, I've left this fairly vague in a sense that I'm not telling you it has to be a single day event or a multiple day event, but you are putting together a business program plan to facilitate an event, and you can determine what that event is. And again, as you look at the example I've provided and ones that I've had in the past, I've ranged everything from volleyball camp to a golf outing to a conference to a symposium to a variety of different events that tie together some specific aspect of our field. So I'm leaving that up to you. My video is getting long. I hope that you stay with me to listen to this because I wanted to get this information out to you now, knowing that you're only a few weeks away from having to submit your proposal. Please, by all means, if you have questions in regards to this as we move forward, and I will speak on behalf of this program plan again here in the future, please feel free to email me or give me a call. We can set up an appointment. As for week 5, we're moving forward here. We're going to spend a little bit of time on leadership and asking some questions of ourselves relative to leadership. Obviously it's a class in itself within our program, which all these classes are. This particular class just spends a little bit of time on each of these different areas. But for this week, we are going to spend some time on leadership, and we're going to take a look and read a few articles and provide some reflection in regards to your personal perspective on leadership and where you're at and how that's a part of doing what you do. And ultimately, as we think about your business plan, how is leadership a portion of what it is that goes on within this? So thank you for your 8 minutes, and I hope that everyone is doing well, and mark down that March 10th date, which I also put on Springboard for you. But thank you for your time. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Go Zips.